Hey guys, so before we go any further, I just wanted to say that this series isn't necessarily going to be on just QGIS and how we can use everything in QGIS. I'm not going to go over every single tool in QGIS. Um, I just want to show the basics of QGIS, and then I want to focus more on using these open source geospatial engines outside of the QGIS environment, how we can use these to do things for free, how we can harness these functions using Python and the OSGeo shell, which comes when you download that network installer. How we can get away from this. This can kind of be clunky and slower than just using it straight up, using some of these engines. And I'm assuming if you found these videos, you know a little bit about GIS, and you're going to be able to figure out how to do the basic stuff in QGIS. So I don't want to waste your guys' time. But that being said, I'll just show you some simple stuff real quick. So I have this folder of sample data that I've had for a while, and so to drag in, to bring in a shapefile, you can browse to it through like a catalog. They have something like that in here, but I just prefer to you can drag in the .shp and just drag it right in, and that will bring in. So this is a shapefile of world airports I downloaded. So that's how you do that. This is your layers panel. All of these things can be moved around just like Arc. This is just how I've got used to having it set up. So attribute table, you can right click on here, open attribute table. And here we have a bunch of stuff. And now it was a little clunky at first so say I wanted to select only a handful of features. So just like Arc, there's a select features button. It's this one, so let's just select those. Now if we open the attribute table, it's showing everything. So say if I just wanted to see the selected features, which is often the case, you can go down here and say show selected features. And then to clear those features, there's a little button up here. Yeah. So again, I'm assuming you guys, if you're coming from an Arc background, you're going to be able to figure this stuff out real quick. But let's just create a shapefile. I'll show you how to do that and how to do something simple like merge it. So to create a shapefile, there's this little button over here, new shapefile layer, point line or polygon. We're going to make two polygons. So I'm just going to save this as file 1. Now notice it pops up in our layers panel, and make sure it's clicked, and then this little pencil button is how you start editing. So now we're in an editing session. And since we specified it's going to be a polygon, when we add features with this little button, it's going to be a polygon. So I'm just going to make two squares. And to close the polygon, you can right click, just asking for an ID, so we'll call it 1. And now we're going to save it right here and then stop editing. Now we're going to make one more shapefile, another polygon, call it file 2. And we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to merge these two together. Alright. Save it and stop editing. So now we have two totally different shapefiles. Let's just get rid of this one. And we're going to merge them together. So to do most of the simple stuff up in this toolbar, so they split it up. I guess they do this in Arc too, but they split it up front by vector and raster, which I like. It's pretty simple. And just a little bit off topic, but GDAL and OGR. So GDAL was first, and GDAL is for all your raster functions are part of the GDAL library, and the OGR library is where you get all your vector functions from. So I still have to look for exactly where these are, but it's just a matter of finding them up here. So merge is going to be merge vector layers. So layers to merge, we're just going to pick these two. Okay. And we're just going to, so we can create a temporary layer, or we could browse and make save to file, but we're just going to create this temporary layer. And bam, we have a merged shapefile. So pretty simple. So that's kind of all I wanted to do in this video, just get you familiar a little bit with this interface. But if you know Arc, you're going to pick this up fast. Now what I want to do, actually I'll do it in the next tutorial video, but I'm going to show you how to do this exact same thing but using GDAL, not QGIS, and we'll introduce you to the OSGeo shell, which it's basically a command prompt shell that houses all of these GDAL functions. But we'll save that for the next video.